Hi, welcome to this video day, which is on the 30th of May. It's Thursday, 7:30 p.m. GMT. Just got to look at some trade setups in the market right now, which we think offer attractive risk to reward trades. Quite a few charts to look at. We'll take a look at them in a moment. I'm also going to discuss getting into big trends that are in motion with the best risk to reward. Also catching trend reversals and basically holding big trends without banking out early. Now, in terms of regular viewers will know this, we always like to trade for a minimum of 200 pips. We're preferably after 300, 500 or more. You need those sorts of profits because obviously market's pretty noisy. You've got to have a reasonable stop loss outside of the noise. Now, a lot of beginners in particular just simply cannot catch and hold big trends. I'm just going to give some tips and techniques that I think you will find useful in doing so. Now, in terms of the Forex markets, they look pretty interesting to me at the moment. We've got quite a few decent open profits of 300 pips or more, and we're looking at a lot of trend reversals, which we think are going to come to fruition pretty shortly. So what we're going to do is we're going to go and take a look at the charts, but please keep in mind, it is my view as of right now. It can change in line with the market conditions. If you want all our trading techniques and our daily technical and sentiment analysis of 14 Forex pairs, you can get live access to our member center on the link beneath this video. Now, is that time of day where I'm going to do my PM update for the member center. So I'm just going to use the charts from there. So now let's go and take a look at what we consider to be the best trade setup. We're in our member center, and just very quickly before we go and look at some charts, just going to explain to new viewers very briefly how we do our analysis. If you're already familiar with that, just skip forward 2 or 3 minutes. Now, in terms of the way we do our analysis, it's always daily charts only. We do not drop down to lower time frames. We only use daily charts, level support and resistance to place our orders through, stops behind, etc. Lower time frames to us just getting involved in the noise. Now, in terms of our orders, we hardly ever do a market order. They're normally set in advance, of set and forget trading, and we only look at price action twice a day. Look at it once in the morning London open and once now as we come into the New York close. Now, in terms of our charts, they're extremely basic, and when I say basic I mean more minimalistic, let's say. We use very few trend lines, so we don't need them. We don't want to clutter our chart with meaningless levels. We only want levels that can have big order flow around them that are going to interest key institutions. Now, in terms of finding those levels, we use the weekly chart, see if the weekly levels back up the daily charts, and we'll do a study of sentiment of traders as well. Now, in terms of sentiment, it's what drives the chart, okay? Our favorite tool for judging sentiment is the COT Net Traders positions. You can see videos on the COT, how we use it in full, on the channel. Just search COT Net Traders indicator. But in brief here, we want to look at what smart money is doing on the report, where their positions are. They're the commercials, and we want them to be opposed to speculators. If the two groups diverge, we'll normally want to go with the smart money, the commercials. Great tool because it can help you postulate how far a trend might go, 300, 500 pips or more. You can't do that from technicals. You can only do it from knowing the buying and selling power behind the chart. Also, it will alert you to trend changes in advance as well. So a really fantastic tool, totally free, and you can learn more about it. We also do our own sentiment analysis as well. So very much part of our strategy. It helps keep our technicals very simple and clean. Okay. What we're going to do now is we're going to go and look at some some major currencies, then some crosses, and then some more minor pairs. So quite a few decent opportunities around. So let's take a look at the majors first. Okay, we're just on our daily market update to look at the majors, and the first major we're going to look at is going to be Euro USD. Now, in terms of majors, some have been pretty dull, not too much volatility. I think that's going to change. Euro, basically low volatility, but for me, it's just going down. And if you look at this chart, and just going back, you'll see one rally there rejected, another rally rejected, another, and you'll notice that yeah, the rallies are getting less basically. Now, big institutions are just hitting the euro on any rally they can. Why? Well, there's a fantastic interest rate earning carry on this trade. You can see, but it's one of the main advantages of holding the trade. Great interest carry. Okay, so if you've got low volatility, that's still making you money. Okay, and hopefully, obviously, you want capital appreciation. But behind the chart, yeah, if you look at the eurozone, terrible problems. Slowing economy, central bank negative rates, trying to print money to basically help the economy, which is heading for a recession. You've got European elections at the weekend. Okay, they weren't as bad as expected, but they were bad for eurozone. Italy's got a bit of a crisis in the banking sector. Just no real upside for the euro. In terms of this trade, I've been saying it for a while. Rallies are limited. Downside is big. Okay, but we've got to take out this level here. It's just above the 111 level. I'd like to see the round number give way below 111, say 1080. Then I think we'll get off to the downside. Targets 108, 104.50. At the minute we're in at 113.80, and it's only 111.33. So it's only 250 pips, and it's taken a little while to get there, but you got the carry. So I actually like the short side of Euro USD. Sure, it can rally, but any rally really is a sell. Just not much upside, plenty of downside potential, and if you're a patient trader, you got that nice interest rate carry on your side. So heavily bearish. Next pair, this pair here. I did a video on it the weekend. It's GBP USD, and I've come in at 127.30, and we're at 126.30 when I did the chart this morning. Okay, so a little bit underwater, but this level here is a real key level. Okay, big institutional level, and we tested it here this morning. We're testing it here, and look what happens today. We come through the level. Okay, but when we come through this level, there's no volume. Okay, no big sell orders down here at all. We get just 20 pips through and then rebound. Now, my own view is, from fresh positions, I'll probably add, sorry, I need to put my cursor where it should be. I think you want to get through about 126.70. And then I think she's off the upside. I posted a chart on the Facebook page of ours. If you want to look at that, you can click on the link beneath this video as well. But what more bad news for the pound? Okay, you can see it all over the media. There's going to be a hard line Brexiteer in charge of the government. There might be an election. Hard Brexit odds are increasing all the time. We were saying that last week. Okay, but we're no lower than last week. We managed a little bit of rally, come back to test, and we're still here. Just no more bearish news in our view. I just love trades that are like this. You've got real good stop protection. If it goes through this level here, then I'm plainly wrong. I've left my stop outside of round number turbulence. But if she goes through here, I think what's going to happen, a lot of traders sold here. Okay, so they're late in, let's say, and they've got tight stops, a lot of them. A lot of people who sold in this level or this zone here moved their stops down to protect themselves. So we're not going down. The bearish news isn't pushing her lower. Got a lot of stops. Get through here. Stops get run. Could get up to 130. Obviously, you've got to manage the trade as it goes. But I really like the look of this one. But I think in terms of British pound, there are better profit potential opportunities maybe in the crosses, which I'll come to in a moment. But we're just very, very bullish. And if I did get stopped out, come straight back in through 126. What do we got next? Aussie dollar. This, I think, is going to be a big trend. Okay. It hasn't given us much yet. 70.80 in what we 69.30. So it's only 150 pips. We've come down okay. But hanging around here. This consolidation here, though, I just think will end 69 through the round number. Should be going down. I like if you have a breakdown like this, okay? and then you gravitate back up to the 20-day moving average. Always look for the, if we're bearish, for the 20-day, for the rally to really fade. There's nothing going on in this pair tonight. I looked at it earlier. Keep the big fundamentals in mind behind the chart, okay? Interest rate advantage, favour of the USD, and so the economic fundamentals, okay? Australia, commodity currency. Global growth is slow. China's slow. Commodity prices are going down. China's slowing up anyway. That's really impacting on Australia. Numerous problems in Australia. The central bank are going to have to cut rates. A lot of problems. And of course, it's a proxy risk currency. So if you get a sell-off in the stock market, a big one, that's going to hurt the Aussie. Okay, so it's got most things against it, in my view. So looking for far lower prices. And you've got a lot of this in the majors at the moment. It's a fairly sort of laboured move down, isn't it? You get a little choppy sideways action. Risks of the downside, if we were to get stopped out, we'd look to come back in again. Okay, nothing really going on in this pair tonight. The Aussie is a great sell on the yen, which I'll come back to in a moment. But let's first of all look at USD JPY. Now, I do like a trade with really big fundamentals behind it, okay? And this one's got it, okay? Yen, deeply oversold, most oversold G7 currency. You've got big money flows going into Japan. I discussed this in a video at the weekend, actually. You can check for more details. Big money flows going into Japan. They're going to keep flowing in. That's going to keep the yen firm. They do have negative interest rates and stimulus, but that has peaked now. Okay, it's going to be coming down. All the bad news is in the price for the yen, and it's the #1 safe haven. It's correcting oversold when we've got risk on. If we get risk off, it's going to soar. Now this one, it's not doing bad. In at 111.40, and we're in at 109.73. So it's not a big profit or anything, but it's okay. I'm just looking for a lot more in this one. And in terms of targets, you can see them 104.50, then 100. Okay, now this is what you face when you're trying to trend follow big trends. She'll come down, trigger a short, then she'll go down, and then she'll come back up. You get a retracement. But when you're following big trends, always look for this 20-day moving average. You can see I've lined it right up with that diagonal trajectory line. Goes right into the 20-day moving average, comes down, trying it again. I don't think this one's doing anything tonight, but let's take a look. I think once you learn to use the 20-day moving average, you know how far retracements will possibly run. You can see just coming off the 20, you know how far possible retracements will run, so you're not panicked out the trade. Okay, what you can do, mention this frequently, have two trades. So basically, when you get a little bit oversold, take 50% of your trade off. You can put it in on a break lower, or just drop it back in at the 20-day moving average, or when it comes off, get yourself a better price. So then you manufacture yourself more money within the trade, if that makes sense, on half your position. Hope that's clear. But for me, just going a long way to the downside. Yen, we're heavily focused on, particularly in the crosses. I really like the look of it. What have we got next? Right, the last of the majors on this page. It's the USD CAD. This one really, actually, before I talk about the CAD, on USD JPY, that was a COT-net traders generated trade with commercials heavily short of the USD, specs long. They're still heavily short the commercials and specs are long. So that is a CFG trade. Okay, forgot to say it when I was on the chart. Right, USD CAD. This one here, look at it, how choppy it is. Trading this without knowing the sentiment is not a good idea in my view. Our view, basically, is CAD commodity currency proxy risk. All the commodity currencies are going down as commodity prices fall and we move to risk off. Okay. Also, crude oil. I'm looking for crude oil to get a really big hit. Now, in terms of this one, nothing out of it really. 134.35 in. 135 this morning. I don't think this one's changed either. I'll just take a look at it in a moment. But this level here now I think is pretty solid. You've got a level there, and I'm looking for this 20-day to hold. I think we'll go up here. I actually think we're going up to 138, which is weekly resistance, and maybe even 140. But yeah, it's a patience game with this one. Is it doing anything tonight? Do I need to make any changes? No, dollar's sort of come back a bit, but there's nothing going on in this pair really. Now I'm just going to get my menu back and go to some crosses, and one of my favourite crosses, if I can find it. Crosses, here we go. Just going to make my charts a bit bigger again. There we go. This one, just loving the look of it. It's Euro JPY, and this has been a really good downtrend. Again, you can see what happens. We fall down, then you hit back to the 20. I've drawn that trajectory straight with the 20. Then we come off it, we're going down. I wouldn't be surprised to go back to it again, but just going to keep going down in my view. The downside potential in this one is really, really big, and this one is, you know, a decent profit. 125.80 in, 122.16. So is it 360 pips so far? Okay, but way more to come. 115.50. Then probably 110. Then probably 100 longer term. Yeah, I just do not see a major rally in the euro against the yen. This is one of my kind of set and forget trend following trades, so to speak, hoping to hold this one for a long time. I go through the logic and reasoning of this more in the Japanese yen video I did at the weekend, which you can obviously check out. But for me, it's looking okay, looking good. Just like to see a bit more volatility to the downside. But any rally is sell. Also, just for anyone, when you trend following, never have your stop, you know, behind the first level of resistance, and keep it clear, well clear of the second. That's what we will tend to do. Okay, got to give a little bit back if you're holding big trends. Okay, right, let's go to the next cross, which is one, we're a little bit early on this one, which is euro against the GBP. Okay, lovely rally up from the euro, then really stalling here around the 88 level. The weekly level is here as well. We're in at 87.60, so basically just back here. But I just don't see much upside in this one. Pound discounting all the bearish news that we can see, and the euro just well overstretched. Breaks through this level here, which is going to be 87.80 if you're coming in fresh. Then I think we're going to see a big move to the downside. I think this is could develop into a nice move, but we shall see. The pound trades that we're doing, yeah, you can see how tight the stop is. Well, not tight, but the stop against the reward is just so good, and we'll always trade these types of setups, just like them. We like going for reversals. Yeah, it's one of our favorite ways of trading. Sure, we like continuation, but yeah, it's kind of great if you catch the turning point, and you're in at the beginning, so to speak. But I'm looking hopefully for this one to turn out okay. Euro CAD, not too much going on in that one. AUD CAD, this is another big trend in my view. We've just done a very simple way of trading this pair. The CAD is the strongest of the commodity currencies. It is. It's exposed to America, not China. Its commodity prices will hold up better. So longer term, it should push the AUD and the CAD down. 95.40 in, but we have come back quite nicely. You can see it from 92 down here. Like I said, if you want to take 50% off and then sell back to this 20-day moving average, we just popped above it, but it's not a brick wall. Okay, so our stop is at 93.80. Okay, so if we do get stopped out, we'll get some profit, but not a lot. Okay, this one sprung up, and I now think take the 20 out and just sell. This one's got a long way to go on the downside. I think 91 And possibly, I think the next level down is 85. What's it doing tonight? Maybe it'll stop me out. Have I got the right one? No, we're back down again. So we're not doing too much. We're coming through the 20. If I was coming in fresh, I'd probably look to sell that. I wouldn't wait for the lows to give way. I just think this is a typical retracement we tend to see in big trends up to the 20, struggle around it, then back down. You've seen a few examples of that already. What do we got next? That's the last of the crosses. So we get my menu back. Go to weekly guest pairs. These are just pairs that we select out, which we think offer really good risk to reward, which perhaps not so many traders look at. You can see, I'll get my chart a little bit bigger. One of the things you can do is, if you think about it, the USD is quite a strong currency, okay? And we believe the AUD is a weak currency. So rather than have, let's say, major exposure on GBP USD, you could have it on GBP AUD, couldn't you? There's probably more profit potential longer term in this one, okay? This one's going to be a very aggressive entry, 183.20. Stop 180.70. I'm giving it 2 levels to go through, including here, okay? That big fall back up. And we could go to test level again, but my own view is this one will spring hard. Okay, you can see there's plenty of upside. I'm ambitious. I'm going for 188 above, this level here, and then up for 194. Just love the look of the GBP on the commodity currencies. Wonder what it's doing tonight. I don't think it's doing too much, as we've seen the majors already. Obviously reflected in the cross. Yeah, she come down, test the 182 level. Now she's coming back a bit. Selling's getting exhausted, in my view. We shall see. Like the look of it, but nothing happening yet for us. Obviously waiting to get in. Just absolutely like the look of this trade. And I know many people will not look at the Russian ruble, but it's on a lot of trading platforms. Why do I like the Russian ruble? Because there's a record net speculative short position in it since records were first kept, and the smart money, the commercials, are heavily long. So kind of come in and then she went up, came back a bit. But if you look at it tonight, she's on the move, isn't she? So we're sort of basically a little bit of profit now. We're clear of this 20. Okay, we had that exhaustion tail. I'm not worried about that. She should be going higher. And the beauty of the COT is when you get like a blue candles and they get quite big, you know that the speculative stops are probably going to get rolled over. I think really to roll the spec stops, probably going to get up here, just through these tails. Then there'll be a mass exit, which points to 69. But yeah, it's good risk to reward trade, this one. Okay, so we're in just around here, and our stop isn't that far back. It's only back here. And so from here to here, you can see the reward against the risk. I like it, and it's worth a small position in my view. And it's a great CFD net traders setup. Next chart is going to be Euro CHF. The yen is the ultimate safe currency. Okay, Swissy's sort of kind of a less volatile alternative. Yeah, it's a safe haven as well, and this is what I'm hoping is going to happen in Euro GBP. Obviously, you see a big rise up in Euro GBP, and we haven't reversed yet. But in Euro CHF, came up, will sell, come back to test, and then down. Okay, so 112.20. We're in at 114.20. It's a couple hundred pips. But for me, I just love these sort of big volatile moves up and look for exhaustion, and then look for the recoil. And when we did the trade, commercial smart money selling heavily up here. Okay, specs for long. Just hardly any, well, when I say hardly any upside in this pair, it's probably going to go and stop me out, but I just don't see much. First level resistance here, second here, will trail behind this 20-day moving average. I think we could get a weekly support at 110, then 108, okay? So I'll look at it tonight. Euro CHF, sorry, I can't see my keyboard. There we go. Yeah, look, she's just exhausting again. And in terms of this one, yeah, we think we've got a trend change, okay? We're in at the beginning, well, near enough the beginning, and we can see how she runs, yeah? And also, a lot of time what I'll do, if I've got, you know, a trend I think is going to run on, and I've got the sort of, a good portion of profit, I might just take half off, leave half, forget about it, and use the other half for something else. If there's something, better around, I don't mind doing that. Because then it kind of takes the pressure off. You can just leave it and see how she goes, if that makes sense, hopefully. But very often, I think this is going down, but I might see a better opportunity elsewhere. For example, in USD rub, so I might think, well, actually, you know what, I might drop a bit more in on that one. So vary the exposure all the time when you're following big trends, or I like to do that. Is that the last one in this section? Oh no, we've got gold. I know it's not a currency, but track it because it's very influenced by the USD. We've had decent success with this. We're just tending to hit rallies. So we did get a losing trade here, okay? But we've got that one, got that one, got that one, gone for another one. Stop at 1929460. Now this one's moved this evening. Let's have a look where we are. Oh, look at that. Not too far from my stop. But yeah, from my perspective on this one, okay, we get stopped out. It's a nothing trade, just a few pips or whatever. But she stalled at that level I just shown you for a while, I think. So she has gone through the level. But if we're stopped out, to sell back through 1280. I can't explain fully why here because I haven't up it. Not enough time. I can't redraw the chart. But I think if she does rally up, I'd hit her near the highs or back through 1280. She's gone through the level. I am looking for a stronger dollar and weaker stocks, so that makes me bearish of gold. Okay, so yeah, okay trading in this one, but I've got a feeling she's. Sorry, then my phone went off. Apologies. I got a feeling we're going to see a really big move to the downside. Plenty of downside to come, in my view. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to go and look at some other pairs, some Japanese yen crosses and some USD pairs as well. We're just going to nip over and look at those. So just let's take a look at them. All right, just on the AUD JPY, and in terms of big trends, I think this is going to be a really big one, and basically lucky enough to be in it from near enough the start. Okay, 79.80 down at 76.10, so 370 pips. But in terms of this one, when you catch a big trend, and we obviously went for the turning point here. Look at the slice of the 20. We always look for that for bearish. It's literally only just come back to touch it. So it's a great level to look at. Yeah, for me, it's normally the first level of resistance. Okay. I hope the chart is clear because there's quite a few small candles here. But this little bit of sideways and coming back up, I'm just looking for a breakdown. 62. The yen just basically is our favorite currency, and obviously we think all the commodity currencies, all the risk currencies are going down. The yen is a safe currency. It's oversold. It's got everything going for it. So really like this. I like the New Zealand dollar as well. I'm not going to show that one because that's on another page, and it's doing roughly the same. A little bit more profit on it, but near enough the same. Okay, in terms of our outlook, the one that needs to play catch up for us is CAD JPY. Again, Take the slice of the 20 days, confirming our bearish view. Back to test, slightly through. Now coming back to test. I know it's pretty simple using a 20 in a big trend, but yeah, I just find it very effective. My own view is this one, not too much profit on it, a couple hundred pips, but CAD could be very vulnerable. I think crude oil is going down. If we just look at it tonight, let's have a look. Where is it? CAD JPY, half-hearted attempt. The 20 can't get there. Far lower prices expected. I want to look at a few dollar pairs now. Let's just sorry, my apologies. This is the first dollar pair I want to look at. We're very bullish of the dollar. We got a little bit of nervousness in the market. The yen is doing well. I think the yen would do well even if there wasn't. And USD, yes, another safe haven, and got really solid fundamentals, great interest rates on it. Always look at the more minor currencies, USD, CNH. We saw the rub earlier on, which we think looks a really good setup. You sometimes actually have to wait a little while when big trends form. You get some accumulation down here, volatility low, then off she goes to the upside. That's a big move. It's about 6-7%, isn't that? We just used a simple assumption that a solution to trade wars was kind of factored in by the market between the US and China. Probably wouldn't happen, and then off she goes, because obviously it's bearish for the yuan trade wars, and the central bank won't hold it down anymore. I think this one could go as high as 7 or as high as 10. Okay, let's see with this one. Decent profit. I might reduce my exposure and go for something else. I'll just have to see with this one, but longer term, going far higher. Okay, this is just consolidation in my view. I think it's accumulation, and then we're going to go up. Another pair I've been quite friendly towards is this one, USD Trine. If you look at it technically, it looks such a mess, yeah? But from a volatility point of view, it's been very good. Yeah, 7% rise there, 10% down there, 7% there, 15% all the way up to there. You can see what I'm saying. This just we've had tiny positions in this one, and we were lucky enough to catch that big move. I think we had a lot of luck on our side there. Got stopped out in the red, came back in. I was looking for it to go way higher today, but look at the candle tonight. Oh, sorry, it's not USD JPY, it's USD try. Yeah, there she goes, bang. That's why you should always use stops. Okay, so we lost on the last trade, but that one more than compensated for it. I will be looking to buy the try again, the USD again. Yeah, it's a bit like this one or these two here. Try's got nothing good going for it whatsoever behind the charts, and I'll probably be trying with a small long, only maybe for the brave, some people might say, but I really like it. USD MX, and I'm going to do a video on this one. This is another COT net traders setup. Big commercial long buying down here, spec selling, comes up in favor of the commercials, but it's been very choppy and very slow. Okay, but all the risks now of the specs getting run. I'll do a full video on this one. It is actually one of my favorite trade setups at the moment, but it hasn't. Yeah, okay, it's gone up a bit, but just not enough really. Yeah, but looking for a big move. It hasn't happened yet. This row actually now got a small position, so I've reduced my size because it hasn't moved as quick as I want. I can always put it back in. I've actually put it over into USD rub for now. She's coming back today, but what you want on this one, the COT net traders positions point to move right up to here, there, 2050. Once it gets going, it'll be a big one. It hasn't yet. I'll do an individual video on it. What else have we got? This is USD Hungarian Florin. The Eastern European currencies, they're correlated with the euro. They're also risk currencies. If the euro goes down, these go down quicker. So you very often wise to have an exposure in these currencies. And basically for us, this has been a decent one for us because we caught the big move up, but I think we stopped ourselves out for profits a couple of times. A nice move. The euro melts down. Huff, you can see my notes stop. PLN, Czech krona going far higher. You can see actually, I know it's a bit more choppy, but the 20 is not penetrated for long there. Holds there, holds there, holds there. Still holding. Not much change in that one tonight. But yeah, the proxies are good. They'll go down if the euro goes down quicker. What have we got next? I think we'll look at this last one, which is NZD USD. Yeah, it's an okay profit, this one. Was it 300 and something pips? Slice of the 20. And you just come back to it here. First level resistance, stop behind the second level. Plenty more downside to come. Okay, so you see, yeah, with big trends, yeah, what I would say is, yeah, always have your stop. Yeah, beware of what is a normal retracement. Okay, yeah, don't get panicked. Don't look at price too much. Yeah, when you've got enough profit in a trade, even though let's say it's going down, you see a better trade, just reduce your exposure in one and go to the other. Okay, when you're coming in at reversals, like with the British pound, for example, it's not going to be a big trend on the USD. That's more of a swing trade, but on the commodity currencies, we think it's going to be a massive trend to the upside, and we'll be prepared to get stopped out 2 or 3 times to catch the big move. And sometimes you have to do that when you're at turning points. But yeah, if you're after a big trend, you saw the targets that we've got in terms of upside potential in the pound. You take a few small losses, 1, 2, 3, wouldn't matter over the longer term. Obviously, your view's got to be correct, but profit potential much more than the risk. I don't think there's any more pairs I want to look at, is there? Let's have a look. Shall we look at one more pair, actually, because it's another commodity currency against the GBP. This one come into 194.30, and you can see where we're looking for it to go. 205. Okay, look at the risk. We're not too far from entry. That's your risk. That's only first level going up here, yeah? So what is she doing tonight? You might say which is the best of the commodity currencies. There's no best really. I think GBP and NZD both look good. You can split trade between the two of them if you wish. Decide what you want to risk on the trade, split it in two. I'm just liking the look of it. The pound just looks like it's getting ready to go. So yeah, I think that's enough pairs to look at tonight, but you get the general picture. There are some decent trends in motion. There could be some decent turning points as well. Keep your focus not just on the majors. Look at those minors and lesser looked at pairs as well. That will give you more opportunities. There was something else I was going to say relative to trend following, but I've actually forgotten it. Sorry, I'll mention it in another video. That is the video for today. Thank you very much for watching me as usual. Take care. Have a good day.